Okay, so this will be our final example for trig substitution. Here's our integral, the integral of x squared over the square root of 16 minus x squared. And this form, again, the square root of a difference of perfect squares, which should be thinking trig substitution. And the correct substitution is a sine theta, because the form is in the form a squared minus x squared. And in this case, a is going to be 4, the square root of 16. So let's do our substitution, and we'll let x be 4 sine theta. We will also need to replace the differential dx, so dx is 4 cosine theta d theta. And now let's go ahead and write our integral in terms of theta. So in the numerator, x is squared, so we'll have a 16 sine squared theta. And in the denominator, we'll have the square root of 16 minus x squared, which is 16 sine squared theta. And d theta, let's not forget, the dx needs to be changed in terms of d theta, and that's going to be 4 cosine theta d theta. Okay, as you know, I like to work on the square root a little bit separately, and then we'll put it back in. So we're going to do the same thing that we've done in the last few problems. We'll factor out a 16, and then we have left a 1 minus sine squared theta, which is a Pythagorean identity, probably the best known Pythagorean identity. So 1 minus sine squared theta is equal to cosine squared theta. So here we can write this as the square root of 16 cosine squared theta, which will be 4 cosine theta as long as we are in quadrants 1 and 4. Theta's in quadrants 1 and 4, where cosine's positive. Otherwise, we would need the absolute value, but we're just going to assume that we are in quadrants 1 or 4. Okay, let's get back to our integral. So we have integral of 16 sine squared theta. Now what was in the root has become a 4 cosine theta. And this is still times 4 cosine theta d theta. So you can see that 4 cosine thetas cancel. I'm going to pull out the 16, and we have integral of sine squared theta d theta. Now we don't have a function whose derivative is sine squared. But this is a trig integral. It's a power of a trigonometric function, and the power of sine is even. So we can think back at the last section and consider this as case number 3. When the power of sine is even, we can use a power reduction identity to reduce the power of sine so that we might be able to integrate. So the identity we're going to use here is that sine squared theta equals 1 minus cosine 2 theta, so the angle here doubles, divided by 2. Okay, so let's get back to our integral and replace sine squared with its power reduction identity, which is 1 minus cosine of 2 theta over 2 d theta. And I'm going to factor out the 1/2 to the outside of the integral, and half of 16 is going to be 8. So this is 8 integral 1 minus cosine of 2 theta d theta, and we're able to integrate this now because cosine 2 theta is just undoing the chain rule. So let's try it. We'll have 8. Antiderivative of 1 d theta is theta. And antiderivative of negative cosine 2 theta will be negative sine 2 theta, but we need to divide by 2. Just undoing the chain rule there, and then we have plus c. We're still going to need to write this in terms of x. So I'm going to rewrite our solution. I'm going to distribute the 8. So we have 8 theta minus 4 sine 2 theta plus c. Now I'm noticing that we have a double angle here. And in order for us to use the right triangle with the acute angle theta, I need to change this so that it's no longer a double angle. And we do have an identity that relates the sine of twice an angle to sine and cosine of the single angle. This identity is 2 sine theta cosine theta. On an exam, if this identity would come up, I would probably provide this to you. Right? So this is just a trigonometric identity that we need because we have a double angle, and to change everything back to x, I need a single angle because I only have the relationship between x and 1 theta, not 2 theta. So let's go back to our substitution. Our original substitution was x equals 4 sine theta. And that's what we're going to need to be able to change our solution here that's in terms of theta to be in terms of x. Okay, so we can see here that if I divide both sides by 4, sine of theta is x over 4. I need theta. That's one of the things that we need. We also are going to need sine and cosine. We already have sine, which is great, but we are going to need cosine also. But let's find theta. Because we know that sine of theta is x over 4, I can apply sine inverse to both sides of this equation and find that theta is going to be sine inverse of x over 4, right? The angle whose sine is x over 4. That is theta. So we have found theta. We also know that sine theta is x over 4 from our original substitution. We need cosine theta to be able to get our final answer. So I'm looking over here where I'm starting. There's our final answer that we need to work on. So we need cosine theta because we are going to use this identity. So I need that cosine of theta. And for that, we're going to again set up a right triangle that shows the relationship between x and theta. So here's our acute angle theta. And sine, by definition, is the opposite side over hypotenuse, Opposite over hypotenuse, I'm going to label the opposite side of theta as x and that hypotenuse as 4. And we can use the Pythagorean theorem or go back to the original square root to find that missing length. So this is going to be the square root of 16 minus x squared. I'll leave it up to you if you want to try the Pythagorean theorem here. But now we can find cosine, which is the last thing that we need to be able to write our final solution. So cosine will be adjacent over hypotenuse, or just the square root of 16 minus x squared over 4. So we've got the 3 parts. Let's go back to where we have the green star above and try to start writing our solution. So 8 times theta, well, theta we found to be sine inverse of x over 4. That's this part over here. And now I'm going to have minus 4 sine 2 theta. I'm going to jump to this identity as 2 sine theta cosine theta. So we're going to have a 2. Sine theta we found to be x over 4. And cosine theta we found to be the square root of 16 minus x squared over 4. This is the identity here, 2 sine theta cosine theta, that's equal to sine 2 theta. And so we have then our arbitrary constant c. And let's simplify a little bit and we'll have our final answer. So we have 8 sine inverse of x over 4. When we well, let's see. I'm going to go inside the brackets. I know that 2 goes into 4 twice. So here my denominator is 8, but the numerator outside is 4. So we'll have a minus. These will cancel. So we'll have x times the root 16 minus x squared over 2. Since I canceled some terms there. And then plus c. And there is our final